Today we're recapping Gaia 2021, a chilling survival horror movie where a forest ranger uncovers deadly fungal monsters, a mysterious father and son, and a terrifying secret hidden deep inside the jungle. The movie begins deep inside a dense forest in Africa. Two forest rangers, Winston and Gabby, are on a patrol mission. They travel along a quiet river in a small boat while watching the forest around them. Gabby launches a drone to record the area from above. Everything seems normal at first. Then, without warning, something strikes the drone. The video signal suddenly cuts off. Gabby decides to enter the forest and recover the drone. Winston warns her not to go. He says the forest is dangerous because many people have disappeared there. But Gabby refuses to leave their equipment behind. She finally convinces Winston, and he lets her go while he stays with the boat. As Gabby walks deeper into the forest, two mysterious men are secretly carrying her missing drone. They quietly cover a hidden camera with mud so Winston can no longer see what is happening. When Gabby reaches the crash site, she notices that an important piece of the drone has disappeared. She tries to call Winston, but there is no phone signal anywhere in the forest. Meanwhile, the two strange men begin setting hidden traps all around the area. Back at the river, Winston notices that the camera feed has gone black. He discovers that the lens has been covered with mud, and he immediately becomes worried. The two mysterious men seem to know every corner of the forest. They crush a strange mushroom and release its powder into the air. By now, Gabby has completely lost her way. She tries to contact Winston again, but he is no longer in the boat. As she checks her map, she suddenly feels that someone is watching her. She quickly looks around, but there is no one in sight. Moments later, strange voices begin echoing through the trees. Feeling scared, Gabby decides to leave the area, but without noticing, she steps into one of the hidden traps. A sharp wooden spike shoots through her foot. She screams in pain. After struggling for a moment, she pulls the spike out of her foot and calls Winston on the radio for help. Before anyone answers, something suddenly runs past her. Terrified, Gabby keeps moving through the forest. Soon she notices a strange red light glowing between the trees. At the same time, Winston starts searching for her from the river. The red light grows brighter and brighter until the entire forest suddenly becomes dark, as if night has fallen in the middle of the day. Realizing something is terribly wrong, Winston leaves the boat and enters the forest. Gabby slowly walks toward the mysterious red light. When she finally reaches it, she stands completely still, almost hypnotized by its strange power. Winston calls out Gabby's name as he searches through the forest. Suddenly, he hears the same strange voices echoing all around him. The terrifying sounds make him panic. He loses his balance and falls into a muddy swamp. As he struggles to climb out, he notices a figure standing behind a tree. Thinking it is Gabby, Winston quickly follows it. Instead, he discovers a small wooden cabin hid deep inside the forest. Meanwhile, Gabby reaches the same cabin. She knocks on the door, but nobody answers. With no other choice, she carefully walks inside. The cabin is full of strange tools and supplies. Since her foot is badly injured, she decides to rest there and treat her wound. Back in the forest, Winston finally climbs out of the swamp, but something is already watching him. A terrifying creature lets out a frightening scream. Winston freezes in fear. When he turns around, he sees a strange humanoid creature moving on all four legs. Without thinking, he runs for his life. Back inside the cabin, Gabby falls asleep. She has a disturbing dream. In the dream, she vomits something strange. The nightmare shocks her, and she suddenly wakes up. As soon as she opens her eyes, she finds two strangers standing over her. One of them quickly holds a knife against her neck. He demands to know who sent her. Gabby explains that she is only a forest ranger. She says she came to recover her drone but stepped into a trap. The man looks at her injured foot and angrily says she ruined their trap. The man introduces himself as Berend. The younger man is his son, Stefan. Berend asks if Gabby came from the nearby city. She explains that she works at the ranger station. Berend asks how many rangers are working there. Gabby tells him there are only two. Later that evening, while Berend prepares dinner, Gabby hears the same strange sound outside. She asks what made that noise. Berend calmly says it is only an old cow. During dinner, Berend and Stefan say a strange prayer before eating. Gabby feels uncomfortable and refuses to touch the food. Berend sarcastically tells her to enjoy the meal anyway. At the same time, Winston is still running through the dark forest. The monster continues chasing him without stopping. He trips over a branch and crashes to the ground. The creature moves closer and lets out another terrifying scream. Winston reaches for his knife but realizes he has lost it. With no weapon left, he jumps up and runs again. Later that night, everyone gets ready to sleep. Gabby quietly tells Berend that she saw something outside that did not look human. Berend and Stefan immediately stop talking and carefully listen to the sounds outside. Meanwhile, Winston hides behind a tree. Without noticing, strange mushroom roots slowly crawl toward him. Seconds later, they suddenly attack him. Inside the cabin, Berend prepares a homemade medicine and gently treats Gabby's injured foot. While Gabi is sleeping, Berend leaves Stefan to take care of her. Stefan has never seen a woman before. He quietly watches Gabi with curiosity but does nothing else. Soon, Gabi has another strange dream. This time, she sees plants growing out of her body. She wakes up in fear. The cabin is empty because Berend and Stefan have gone hunting. Gabi quickly tries to contact Winston on the radio. He finally answers, but something is wrong. He sounds confused and keeps saying strange things. Gabi becomes even more worried. She lights a small fire outside the cabin so Winston can find her by following the smoke. Meanwhile, Berend and Stefan hunt a wild boar. After killing the animal, Berend smears its blood on Stefan's face. He quietly asks Mother Nature to forgive them for taking the animal's life. As they continue their strange ritual, they notice smoke rising from the cabin. Berend rushes back and becomes angry. He tells Gabi never to light a fire during the daytime. Gabi explains that she wanted Winston to see the smoke. Berend tells her Winston should already know where she is because they both have radios. Gabi says she is worried because she heard strange noises in the forest. Berend tells her not to worry. He promises to take her back later. That night, Berend continues treating Gabi's injured foot. She keeps trying to contact Winston, but there is no answer. Finally, she gives up. Instead, she starts talking with Berend. She asks why Stefan is living in the forest instead of going to school. Berend calmly says his son is learning everything he truly needs. Gabi asks about Stefan's mother. Berend sadly reveals that his wife died from bone cancer 13 years ago. Before living in the forest, he worked as a scientist who studied plant diseases. His wife was a chemical engineer. After she died, his entire life changed. Later, Stefan gives Gabi a handmade necklace as a gift. Berend says it will help her remember them. Although Gabi thanks him, she feels that everything about this family is very strange. Far away in the forest, Winston lies on the ground. His body is covered with mushrooms and strange plants. He is no longer able to escape. That night, Gabi has another nightmare. She dreams that a plant slowly crawls into her mouth. Suddenly, Berend wakes her up. He quickly covers her mouth and tells her to stay silent. Something dangerous is moving outside the cabin. Stefan grabs his bow while Berend listens carefully. Berend warns Gabi that if the creatures enter the cabin, she must not move. He explains that the monsters are completely blind. Then he spreads a strange liquid over their bodies. Father and son quietly prepare to face whatever is waiting outside. A creature suddenly attacks the cabin. It almost reaches Gabi, but Berend reacts just in time and saves her. One of the humanoid creatures breaks into the cabin. Stefan quickly fires an arrow at it. The creature is hit and jumps back, but only a few seconds later, another monster attacks. Berend tells everyone to stay completely still. He explains again that the creatures are blind. As long as they do not hear any sound, they cannot find them. Everyone remains frozen. For a moment, it seems the plan is working. Then Gabi accidentally makes a small noise. The creature immediately turns toward her. Stefan rushes forward and attacks it with his bow. Berend joins the fight. Father and son work together and finally force the monster out of the cabin. Berend quickly shuts the door. After the fight, Stefan notices that Gabi is covered in the creature's blood. He immediately removes his own clothes to clean the dangerous blood from her body. Gabi is confused by his actions. Berend tells her to trust them. While cleaning her, Berend notices that Stefan has been injured. At the same time, Gabi starts feeling weak. She suddenly faints. Later, Gabi wakes up. Berend finally tells her the truth. He says the creatures are not animals. They are humanoid fungi. They feed on humans and slowly consume every part of the body. Gabi cannot believe what she is hearing. Berend explains that a giant fungal organism lives beneath the entire forest. It is older than human civilization. These creatures are only a small part of that massive organism. He believes one day it will spread beyond the forest. Gabi asks if this is the god he worships. Berend calmly replies that humans believe in many strange gods, and this is simply his. Gabi asks Stefan if he believes the same thing. Stefan quietly tells her it is time to sleep. That night, Gabi has another terrible dream. She is standing alone in the forest. Someone touches her from behind. Suddenly, fungus begins growing on her neck. She wakes up in terror. Stefan is sitting beside her. He softly tells her that she is beautiful. To distract him, Gabi shows him her mobile phone. She takes a photo with him and shows him pictures from her life in the city. Stefan is amazed because he has never seen such things before. Just then, Berend returns. He becomes furious. He calls Gabi a monster and orders her to leave the cabin. Berend and Stefan leave the house for a while. After they are gone, Gabi collects the broken pieces of her phone. While searching the cabin, she finds Berend's notebook filled with strange writings. Meanwhile, Berend goes to a sacred tree deep inside the forest. He kneels before it and offers fresh blood. Strange mushrooms begin growing inside the tree. Berend eats one mushroom and gives another to Stefan. Then he notices an injury on his own body and becomes worried. When Berend returns to the cabin, he catches Gabi reading his notebook. He checks her wound and realizes she has been infected. Gabi becomes frightened. Berend tells her that she must leave immediately. Stefan does not agree with his father's decision, but he stays silent. A knock suddenly comes from outside. Berend goes to investigate. While he is gone, Stefan tries to help Gabi. He gently licks the fungus growing on her arm before hugging her. Gabi comforts him and promises she will never forget him. Soon, Berend returns. He tells Gabi it is finally time for her to leave the forest. Gabi asks if Stefan can come with her. Berend simply laughs as they begin walking through the dark forest together. As Berend and Gabi continue walking through the forest, Gabi asks him how he and Stefan have survived for so many years without becoming like the monsters. Berend calmly tells her the truth. He says they are already infected. They simply use special mushrooms to slow the infection. A short time later, Gabi finds Winston's flashlight on the ground. She follows the trail despite Berend warning her to stay away. Soon, they discover a hidden security camera. Gabi removes the memory card, hoping it contains proof of what happened. They continue walking until they find Winston. His body is covered with mushrooms and strange plants. Gabi rushes to him and realizes he is still alive. Winston is in terrible pain. He begs Gabi to end his suffering. Gabi refuses. She promises to take him to a hospital. Berend quietly prepares to kill Winston. Gabi tries to stop him and asks if there is any way to save her friend. Berend says nothing. Instead, he gives Winston an arrow. Understanding there is no hope, Winston chooses to end his own life. Gabi breaks down in tears. Her cries echo through the forest. The noise attracts several humanoid creatures. Berend tells Gabi they must leave immediately. The two rush back to the cabin. They wake Stefan and prepare for another attack. Berend seals every entrance to the cabin as more creatures gather outside. That night, Gabi has another frightening dream. When she wakes up, she notices the fungus spreading farther across her body. She realizes the infection is getting worse. Gabi tells Berend that he must have some medicine to stop it. Berend ignores her and leaves the cabin. Gabi asks Stefan where his father has gone. Stefan quietly says he has gone to pray. While Berend is away, Gabi asks Stefan about his mother. Stefan says he barely remembers her. He simply says she now lives in the forest. Gabi does not understand what he means. Stefan offers to show her one day. Meanwhile, Berend hears strange sounds while praying. The mysterious red light appears again in the distance. Berend looks frightened. Back at the cabin, Gabi tries to convince Stefan to leave the forest with her. She tells him he could become a forest ranger and live a normal life. She even jokes that there are many girls waiting for him in the city. Stefan smiles but remembers his father's words. He quietly says everyone in the world will die soon. A little later, Berend returns. His face is pale and he looks deeply shaken. The next morning, Berend performs his daily ritual again. He gives Stefan another special mushroom. At the same time, Gabi's infection spreads much faster. When they return to the cabin, Stefan secretly kisses Gabi. He is actually passing the special mushroom into her mouth. It is the medicine his father gave him. The mushroom begins slowing her infection. Berend notices everything, but says nothing. He simply asks Gabi if she is ready to return to her old life. Feeling stronger because the mushroom is working, Gabi surprises him. She says she wants to stay. Stefan is overjoyed. He happily begins teaching Gabi how to use a bow. Together, they walk toward the sacred tree, while Gabi secretly starts planning her next move. Gabi secretly repairs her broken phone using the pieces she collected from the cabin. She manages to turn it on and looks through the photos she took inside the forest. She now has proof that the strange creatures really exist. Later, Gabi tells Berend that she wants to understand his strange religion. Berend becomes angry at first. Then he decides to show her the truth. He and Stefan prepare a strange ritual. Stefan paints Gabi's face with red markings. Berend blows a mysterious powder into her face. Within seconds, Gabi loses consciousness. She enters a strange dream world. When she opens her eyes, she finds herself naked in a swamp. A man rises from the water. It is Stefan. The two share an intimate moment. Suddenly, Gabi wakes up again. She is now standing inside the sacred tree. Terrifying visions fill her mind. Moments later, she returns to the real world. Berend tells her she has spent 4 hours inside the dream world. To Gabi, it felt like several months had passed. Berend asks what she saw. At first, Gabi cannot understand his question. Then she realizes something terrible. The forest wants Stefan as a sacrifice. Berend already knows this, but he cannot bring himself to sacrifice his own son. As the days pass, Gabi and Stefan grow closer. They laugh together and fall in love. Berend watches them in silence. One night, Berend goes out to pray. Gabi and Stefan decide it is the perfect chance to escape. They quietly leave the cabin. Before they get far, Berend suddenly appears in front of them. He asks Stefan why he wants to leave after everything he has done for him. Gabi pulls out a knife and tells Berend to stay back. Berend refuses. He He says the city will only turn Stefan into a slave. Gabi calls him a madman. She tells him she has his notebook and will reveal the truth to the world. Berend begs his son to stay. He says Stefan's mother's sacrifice will become meaningless if he leaves. Gabi accuses Berend of killing his own wife. Berend replies that his wife chose her own fate. Confused and heartbroken, Stefan decides to stay with his father. Gabi leaves alone, but after walking a short distance, she senses something is wrong. She secretly returns and watches them from a distance. Berend tells Stefan they are going to make a sacrifice. The boy still does not understand. Meanwhile, Gabi grabs a bow and quietly follows them. They arrive at the sacred tree. Berend finally reveals the truth. The sacrifice is Stefan himself. Without warning, Berend stabs his son in the back. At the same time, humanoid creatures surround Gabi. She hides behind a tree and shoots one of them with an arrow. Stefan struggles as the giant tree wraps its branches around him. Berend prepares to kill his own son. Gabi rushes forward to save him. The branches trap her as well. She fights free and shoots an arrow at Berend. The arrow barely slows him down. Berend attacks Gabi. She is knocked unconscious. A humanoid creature moves toward her. Stefan quickly jumps in and kills the monster. Berend drags Gabi toward the sacred tree. Just as he is about to kill her, Stefan stabs his father in the back. Berend falls to the ground. Even then, he tries to convince Stefan that everything was only a test. Gabi sees more creatures approaching. She tells Stefan to leave Berend behind. The two escape and return to the cabin. Later, Gabi has another vision. The giant fungal organism tries to communicate with her. When she wakes up, she reads Berend's notebook and finally understands everything. Meanwhile, Berend slowly becomes infected. Without the protective mushrooms, he transforms into one of the fungal creatures. Sadly, Gabi is also infected. The mushrooms can no longer save her. Day by day, the fungus spreads through her body. Knowing she has no future, Gabi asks Stefan to leave the forest and live a normal life. She also asks him to end her suffering before she completely transforms. With tears in his eyes, Stefan fulfills her final wish. Sometime later, Stefan leaves the cursed forest and arrives in the city. He begins a brand new life and experiences the modern world for the first time. However, he does not realize one horrifying truth. Everything he touches slowly becomes contaminated. The deadly fungus has escaped the forest, and now the nightmare has only just begun.